Right, here we go. Season 2, League of Extraordinary Investigators. Let's crash and burn, shall we? Hello. Right, I think I've got everything laid out. You can see my chaos bag there. I won't make the same mistake I did on my last test and leave the extra tokens in. Okay, I've got my location connectors already. I've got my random locations readily set. I've got my act set wrong. There we go, Act 1 Awakening. Agenda 1, the third act. I've got my scenario card on the correct side. Let's do this. Let's see what my opening hand's going to be. I've got a feeling I've forgotten something. Everything's laid out. I'm at the theatre. Right, my plan is get a weapon, maybe get my track shoes. I only have one pair. Scoot around the lobby, open these locations up, head via the balcony, grab a clue there, run backstage, get some more clues to advance the act, and in the meantime hope that the fanatics turn up in that deck to steal the locations, the clues I've opened up over there. But we know that's not what's going to happen, is it? Right, let's see what we've got. I'm going to give it a shuffle on camera just to make sure I'm not... Oh yeah, PlayStation logo. It's the only bag I had. Right, so we have flashlights, take heart, look what I found, trial by fire, and the enchanted blade. Well, I definitely want the blade. Possibly want the flashlight, but take heart will just give me bonuses when I know I'm going to fail. Look what I find might help me grab a clue I struggle to grab later. So I think, rightly or wrongly, wrong, I'm going to ditch. I'm just going to keep one clue thing, one weapon thing, and ditch the rest. So let's see what else I get. Another flashlight. Gravedigger's shovel. Vicious blow. Okay. I've got some cluing tools anyway, if the worst comes to the worst. And those fanatics don't appear. Let's start as we mean to go on, at the theatre. I fell asleep in the interval and now I've woken up and it all looks a bit of a mess. So, action 1, move to the lobby. Reveal 2 lobby locations. Apologise for the main camera being fractionally out of sync. I've never been able to fix that. Right, 2 locations, 1, 2. Second action, move to the bottom one. To the box office. No victory points. Third action. Why am I moving them? Yeah, second action move there, third action move back. And typical, my phone's ringing. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. So, I've taken my 3 actions, haven't I? Yeah, I moved. Okay. I've set some reminders on my on-screen tracker here. Yeah, I've not killed anything and I haven't got any treacheries to sort out. So, no wanted enemies, no enemies. Anniversary's not out yet. I've put too many reminders in there. I was going to do my nothing. Right, ready cards, nothing to ready. Card and a resource. Second wind. Doom on the agenda. And an encounter card. We have dissonant voices. Cannot play assets or events. Well, that serves me right for not getting any assets out on my first go, doesn't it? So, not a problem, I'll get rid of it this round. So, I'm going to go and check out the next lobby and head up to the balcony. So, action 1 move. And it's the 5 shroud one. I'm not touching that. Action 2, action 3. Oh, thank you for the reminder. Yes, I've not shuffled my mulligan cards. A number of times I do that. The weird thing is, this is the first time I've ever had anybody in the chat with me on the live stream. Ooh. Right. So that's my 3 actions spent. Another clue out on there. When I did this yesterday on a trial, when I'd spent so long faffing around, tooling up and stuff, the emissary was due to appear, so I leapt down with a hatchet in my hand. Right. Right. Dissonant voices goes away. No, end of the round, isn't it? Not end of my turn. Onto enemy's move, we have nothing. Card and a resource. And I get another enchanted blade. Doom on the agenda, and an encounter. Whispers in my head. I cannot play events, so how's that going to affect me? I only have 1 event at the moment. Everything else is assets and skills. The round is over, so dissonant voices goes away. My encounter. Okay, I'm gonna tool up now. 3 resources to equip the enchanted blade. I don't have enough of my fancy new tokens from using these glass bead things. I suppose I ought to go for the clue while I'm here. I suppose I ought to, of course I ought to. So let's make it easy. I'll spend 2 resources on a flashlight. That's for my 3rd action. I shall investigate with the flashlight, bringing that down to a 0. So 2 on a 0 is a 0. In case I revealed that too fast, that was a 0. So I have my first clue. Okay. Nothing to do here. Nothing to ready. Resource. Another card, and we have resourceful. I don't have a discard power yet, so that's no good. Doom, 3 out of 6, and an encounter. King's Edict. For each cultist in play, there are none, so this gets searched. Spirit's Torment attached to my location. After I leave this location, take a horror or lose an action. Or I could put one of my clues back to discard it. I'm not doing that. Swig of an oversized coffee. Okay, so this time I've got 3 turns until Madam turns up. So I think I'm going to take the long way down from the balcony just to save myself the damage, because they're not necessarily in the rush. I'm going to lose an action thanks to Spirit's Torment, and I'm going to move second action to the balcony. Not the balcony, the lobby. So that's 2 actions. Third action, I may as well move to the theatre and make my way towards backstage. No enemies in play. Yeah, these reminders are already annoying me. Card and a resource. Act of Desperation. So now I'm at 3, 6. I'm at 8 cards. Doom. And an encounter. Fanatic, you're going here, sir. Thank you very much. That's 1 victory point. It's not very often the encounter deck does something nice for you, is it? Right, action 1, move backstage. So I suspend. Action 1, move backstage. Let's reveal 2 backstage locations. I think I've only got the 1 event in play, so I don't really want to waste 2 actions dealing with that yet. But my hand is full. Now let's go. What should we go? Top or bottom? So that was action 1, wasn't it? Move backstage. Action 2. Let's go to the top one. What have we got here? Ooh, 1 clue. After I succeed by 2 or more, take a horror. It's going to be difficult to succeed by 2 or more when my investigating skill is only 2. So I'm going to, for my third action, just do a plain investigate of a 2 against a 1. Put the token out, 2 against a 1. That's a 0. Second clue. All in all, this is going too easily. I don't like it. No enemies in play. Card and a resource. Dynamite Blast. Right, what shall I lose? I'll lose my second Enchanted Blade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was right, yeah. Doom. 5 out of 6. The emissary is on her way. Poltergeist. Right, cannot be damaged except by spell cards. I just so happen to have a fully tooled up spell card. So, action 1, attack the Enchanted Blade. Attack the Enchanted Blade? Attack the Poltergeist with the Enchanted Blade. So he's a fight of 3. I'll be going in with a 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 3. 6 on a 3, and I'll use the charge. So that's why it is a 6. 6 on a 3. I'm going to use the Vicious Blow just to be sure. I know that's overkill. 7 on a 3. -1. Poltergeist is dead. Action 2. I think I'm gonna go action 2, action 3 and wait for the thingy. Right, no treacheries to deal with, no enemies in play. Calling a resource. I did pay for that flashlight, didn't I? I think so. I hope so. Right. Card. Fine clothes. I could have had a chat with the poltergeist. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, add a doom. That takes us to 6. Try not to destroy the table while I'm at it. So the agenda advances. Royal Emissary comes into play. Here she is. I don't know why I keep saying she's a she. I guess the show's not over till the fat lady sings. I think that's probably what I'm thinking. Okay. And I take my encounter card. You watch, going to be another enemy, isn't it? Well, that twisted to his will. If there is no doom in play, typical there isn't, it gains surge. Whispers in your head. I cannot commit skill cards to tests. Just in case I've been reading that wrong, I've been assuming that meant I cannot commit skills to test, but that specifically says skill cards, so I'm assuming I'm going to commit non-skill cards with pips. I don't know. Right. So 9 cards, so something's got to go anyway. So I have 2 on my enchanted blade. Commit skill cards to tests. It would say you cannot commit cards to tests, wouldn't it, if it meant all cards? That's why I'm reading it anyway. I'm sure my scorers will tell me otherwise. I think, Matt, you are one of them, aren't you? Okay, action 1. Stab the fat lady. That's what that was back from last time. So I'm going to use an enchanted blade. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 4. Just realised I've got 2 more events there, so I can't play those. Thanks for clarifying, Matt. I'm assuming the same is for the event cards as well. I could commit an event card to play a pip on a skill. These are horrible. Hate it. Right. Anyway. Need a drink. So yes, what was I doing? Action 1. Enchanted Blade the Emissary. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6 on a 4. I couldn't play the event for Active Desperation, but I could commit the pips. So yes, resourceful, but I don't. Well, the resourceful is a skill card. I can't play a skill card. 4 on a 2 doesn't feel safe enough to me. I mean 6 on a 4. I'm going to lob my Gravedigger Shovel in to make it 7 on a 4. 7 on a 4. 0. That's 2 there, and a charge used. Second action, do it again. This time I will. I'm going to lob in an active desperation, desperation, just for the pips. I'm not playing an event. in the hope that when I can eventually use my resource for, I can get that back again. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a 4. -1. Emissary is back, out of the game. The agenda reverts back to 1A with 3 deal mines. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So that was my second action. Third action, head back stage again. That was spent. So my enchanted blade is now empty. I did kill a monster, so I can get. I'm gonna bring my. Ooh, how should I do this? Shall I bring my shovel back? I know, I'm going to bring back my other enchanted blade to replace this one, paying 3 for it. So now I'm fully charged again. That was my effect from Yorick defeating an enemy. I can pay an asset from my discard pile. And it's once per round, so I'll put my token there to remind me that I've done it, but that was my third action anyway. Right, no treacheries to deal with, no hunter enemies in play. No embassy horror because I kicked her out the back door as soon as she arrived. Card and a resource. Doom, hit 4 out of 6. And an encounter. Descent into madness, it surges. If I've got 3 horror on me, I have nothing. It surges into another spirit's torment. Right, action 1. I'm going to move into the backstage doorway and lose that action. So that's action 1, lose an action, action 2, move. Oh. I didn't reveal the backstage, did I? There's a clue there. I've walked past it twice. But I've revealed the dressing room now, so that's revealed information. I can't rewind. I've got no horror to heal, so that was a wasted action. Never mind. That's how it goes. Right, no, nothing from the graveyard, nothing from the treacheries, no enemies in play. Well, apart from the fanatic who's just holding my clue for me over there. No horror, card and a resource. I've got too many cards. I should have discarded some on my last turn. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm right, I've got 8. Now I've got too many cards. Graveyard ghouls. Well, at least I've charged up my enchanted blade. And I can hopefully deal with him then and replenish it. But I've got to lose a card first. Actually, I don't have to lose a card, do I? Because that's not gone into my hand. Okay. Doom, 5 out of 6. Encounter. Rotting Remains. My nemesis. Test head of 3. I have head of 3. I shall commit a flashlight to make it 4 on 3. I'll also commit a second wind to make it 5 on 3. Let's try and mitigate it as well as I can. 5 on 3. Oh, 5 minus 4, that's a 1. 1 on 3. Failed by 2. 2 horror. No acids to soak. Right, that was my encounter card. Action 1. Let's kill the ghouls. I use an enchanted blade. So I'm going in with 4, 5, 6 on a 3. Six on a 3 minus 1. That's a pass. 2 damage. Do it again. 6 on a 3. Minus 2. That's another pass. Gravy guard. I didn't actually need to charge, but I said I was, so. Ghouls are dealt with. And as a fast, I'm going to play Bury Them Deep to put them in my victory display to give me an extra XP. So that's 2 actions taken. And I killed an enemy, so I can recur something from my... I'm going to... I'm going to spend 3 to recharge to replace my enchanted blade for the full one. Do you like the way I actually physically swapped the cards over there like a fool? Right. And then my action 3 is I move backstage, ready to get some clue in, but I can't quite make it to the theatre to lie in wait for the emissary. Right, I did my graveyard. I've got no treacheries that I can deal with because I need spare actions. No enemies in play. The emissary is not here yet. Card and a resource. Okay, 2 resources and a card. On the hunt. Just realised I'm pointing at my cards that I've got laid out in front of me as my open hand, and you can't actually see them on camera, but never mind. You just see them peeking up a little bit there, just peeking up at the bottom. So I drew on the hunt there, did I say that? Yeah. Had Doom, so the fat lady's back in the theatre, and we are back on agenda 2A. See, I'm 10 turns in and I've still not progressed the act yet. This is the downside of my my tactics. Encounter card, nearly forgot that. It's a fanatic, so he can have that clue there for what? No, ooh, that's not a... No, there's no... I have drawn the worst possible selection of locations, haven't I, with only 2 victory locations in play so far. Never mind. Right. No, what I should have... Ooh, thinking about it, if I put the fanatic here, he takes that clue, I kill him... Do I kill him easily? I kill him easy, then I can investigate it, don't I? Flashlight will bring that down to 1, so I've been doing the 2 on a 1, whereas if I fight him with the enchanted blade, it will be 6 on a 3. Yes, you're right, I moved that clue, didn't I, as an action move earlier, so he should either be in the lobby or backstage with me. Because it doesn't say an empty location. Yeah, I had that clue in the wrong place. Thank you, Matt. So I am going to spawn the fanatic in backstage with me. So he's going to take that clue. because it's going to be easier for me to kill him and take the clue than investigate and get the clue. Hopefully I've done that right. Action 1, kill the fanatic. I'll use the enchanted blade, charge. So that's for 6 on a 3. -1. So the fanatic is dead. I get my third clue. I advance the act. Choose one of the set aside locations at random. Put the man in the pallid mask there, and advance to one of the. Okay, I'm not even looking. So whichever one is on top when I go 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. It's the lobby doorway. So it's over here. And the pallid masked man is there. Right. Action 2 and 3 I need to deal with the emissary, but I don't have enough moves left now. So, in second and third actions, what's going to... I'm going to spend 2 actions to get rid of Whispers in Your Head Dismay, I think. Actually, I've not finished this, have I? I need to choose a random act. Let's go with that one. Put those 2 out of the way. So my objective now is to get rid of this charming man. So I've used 1 action to get rid of the fanatic who's holding my clue. I spent the clues to advance the act. So action 2, that wasn't an action, was it? No. Action 2, I can either take a horror to move out of here or lose an action, in which case I'll be sat there with no actions, or with 3 horror. I'm going to be getting a horror anyway. He's going to, it is going to come to me and hit me if I don't move. She'll hit me if I do move. I need soak. I haven't missed any soak, have I? No. I'm gonna action 2 and 3. I'm gonna draw. No, action 2. I'm gonna draw. It's a meat cleaver. Okay. Cluing is not so important now. So for my third action, I'm going to pay 3 to replace the flashlight with the meat cleaver. I say cluing is not so important now. There's going to be a clue there. That will be a victory location, and it's going to be a 4. Well, there's always one more fanatic. And then my third action, so that's the spent charge. I'll just take a resource. Don't know why, because I don't know what to do. Right, no treachery tech. Hunter enemy Royal Emissary moves. She comes in to me. hits me for 2 damage and horror. There's a 3. So I'm at 3 out of 6 horror. Right. Ready cards and a resource. Drawing the sign. Perfect. And of course, when I say perfect, so I have to keep these 2 and 1 other. What's it going to be? Resourceful, Dynamite Blast, On the Hunt, or Plain Clothes. Well, I think On the Hunt can go. Dynamite Blast, I think it's the only one I've got, and it might be handy in the finale. Resourceful will get me back a Survivor card. In here I've got Act of Desperation. I've got the Shovel, but Yorick's ability can get the Shovel back, hopefully. I do have another Act of Desperation in my deck though. So I think I'm keeping the 2 hidden cards and Dynamite Blast. I can't afford Dynamite Blast though. I'm gonna go with, I can't use Resourceful yet because I can't play skills. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to keep those 3 and ditching Resourceful, Fine Clothes and On the Hunt. And that stays in my threat area. Boom! And an encounter. Dissonant Voices, and now cannot play assets or events. Well, I only have an event. Oh, which I can't play anyway, what an idiot. Okay, it's all going pear-shaped now. Right, action 1, stab the emissary with the enchanted blade. Using a charge, so it's a 6 on a 4, and I've got nothing I can boost it with. Elder Sign. So that becomes an 8. And I can return a card from my discard pile to my hand. So that's 2 damage on the emissary. And I shall bring back Act of Desperation, seeing as that was what I was after earlier anyway. Although it is an event, we cannot play events. Second action. Stab again. Stabby stabby. No, I'm not going to stabby stab. Oh, I can't play events. I can't play events. Hide them under there to remind me. So another 6 on a 4. -2. Emissary is dead again. Agenda reverts back to 1. With 1, 2, 3 doom, and because I've defeated an enemy, I can bring an asset back. I can play an asset for its cost. I don't have 3 resources. So I can't afford the blade. The only asset I've got is a couple of flashlights on my Gravedigger's shovel. No, I think I'll leave it as is. So that was 2 actions to kill the emissary. Third action. I take a horror or lose an action, but I can't lose an action, so I would have to take a horror. So I am going to draw. Oh no, I'm going to have to drop cards anyway, aren't I? I didn't just play an asset, did I? No, no, I didn't. I'm going to draw, and then no, I'm not. I hate these cards. I hate them. I've got to lose one of these cards anyway, so I've got to lose either Act of Desperation or Dynamite Blast, thanks to the sign. So I'll take a resource. Right, Graveyard and Treacheries. Hunter enemies move. There are no hunters in play. The Fanatic is definitely not a hunter. No, the emissary is out of here. Ready cards. Get a resource. Card on a resource. Take heart. It's a skill. I can't commit skills anyway, so it's the end of the round, so Dissonant Voices goes away. Drawing the sign, hand size reduced by 5, so I can only have 3 cards. So which of these 3 do I keep? Act of Desperation, Take Heart, or Dynamite Blast. I'll get rid of Take Heart. I'm gonna keep they're both good. Act of Desperation will give me, say, a 3 bonus fight and a +1 damage, and I can then, if that kills an enemy, that comes straight back into my hand thanks to William's ability, and I get the money back for the weapon I logged and can play it again straight away. Whereas Dynamite Blast will do 3 damage to each enemy in a location, so that would kill the man in the pallid mask. I think I keep Dynamite Blast. Probably going to regret this. I'm keeping Dynamite Blast. Doom. Encounter. Poltergeist. Okay, I am not going anywhere just yet. Action 1, let's Enchanted Blade the Poltergeist. So it's a fight of 3, I'll be doing 6 on a 3 if I use the blade charge. I've got nothing I can do to commit to it, so 6 on a 3, and this is where it all goes wrong, because it's not been going too badly. Oh, -1. So the Poltergeist is dead, 2 damage thanks to the Enchanted Blade. And thanks to his ability, I could... Is it worth replenishing the Enchanted Blade? The Fat Lady's coming back in a minute. So yeah, I'm going to... that's me swapping the cards over. Pay the 3 for a new Enchanted Blade. So it's all charged up again. It means I can't afford my Dynamite Blast, but I can do some stabby. That was action 1. I need to get rid of some of these treacheries. I don't have any skill cards at the moment. I have my Dynamite Blast that I can't afford, and I have Drawing the Sign. I'm going to pay 2 actions to get rid of Drawing the Sign, because that's crippling me. Okay, didn't kill, well, I did kill something and I sorted it out. No hunter enemies in play. The man is aloof, isn't he? I need to get over there. Card and a resource. Let's take heart again. Doom, 5 out of 6, and an encounter. I hate rotting remains, I really do. I've got to be careful now because this could kill me. Right, what do I do? I've got test head of 3. Unfortunately I don't have my drawing thin, but that would make it harder anyway. I'm going to have to commit my dynamite blast just to try and salvage life. So I'm going in with a 4 against a 3. I don't think I can look. Thank you, Mr. Zero. Goodbye, Dynamite Blast. It's been nice having you. Right. That's my counter card. We certainly do, Matt. We certainly do. We love you, Mr. Zero, Matt said in the chat. Okay. I am going to move 1, lose an action from Spirit's Torment, and then I am going to draw for my 3rd action because I may as well sit here and wait for the Royal Emissary. She's about to turn up. Guard dog. Oh, okay. Right. Nothing too ready. Card and a resource. It's 3 and a vicious blow. Boom. So we're back on Act 2A. And the emissary is here. Encounter card. This is where you're going to screw me, isn't it? Black Star's Rise. Test. That's not so. Test book of 4. If you fail, either place Doom on the agenda or take a horror for each point you fail by. I did double check this one last night. It is 1 Doom or multiple horror. It's not multiple of either. So book of 4, my book is a measly 2, so I'm guaranteed to fail. I have nothing I can commit to it. So let's just see how badly I fail by. 2 against a 4, -1, so that's a 1 against a 4. I failed by 3. I cannot take 3 horror, so I have to take the Doom. Right. Let's stab the Let's play my favourite game of Stab the Emissary. Charge the blade. 6 on a 4. That doesn't seem very high, does it? How have I managed to do this all these other times? 6 on a 4. I'm going to commit the vicious blow. 7 on a 4. On a 4, and we have, making its first appearance today, Mr. Tentacle. He has retaliate, so that's 2 damage on me. That's putting me at 4 out of 3, 4 out of 8. Second action, do it again. So this time I'm going in with 6 against a 4. I don't want to, but I'm going to commit the guard dog. 7 against a 4. Skull. That's -1, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Third action. I'm going to have to do it again, aren't I? I don't have any choice. Yeah, third blade attack. Six against a 4. And I'm going to throw in take heart just in case. 6 against a 4. Not that take heart gives me anything, but it'll give me something if it goes pear shaped. 6 against a 4. -4, so that's a fail. I get a retaliate, so I'm now at 6 out of 8. But take heart gives me 2 cards. Drawing thin, too late for that, and a resourceful, and 2 resources. So I'm now at 5, so I could have afforded the thingy after all. And I think, actually, I die now, don't I? I do. I should have just played the guard dog and took the attack of opportunity rather than doing an attack. At least I would have survived. This is it then, isn't it? That was my third action. Because I spent 3 fights. Enemy's attack. 2 damage. That puts me on 8 out of 8. And a horror, which will put me on 4 out of 6. Serves me right for earlier on saying it was going so well. So I have, I think I come out with, is that the lowest victory points so far? I get 1 for the green room. I get 1 for the rehearsal room. Oh, I get 1 for the balcony, so that's 3. 3 victory points, and then I get an extra XP for the graveyard ghoul. Right, let's do the resolution. See, I didn't even get out of Act 1, did I? I mean Act 2. Let's do the resolution. Okay, I was defeated, so... yeah, stranger is on to you. 1 tally mark for each time the stranger was defeated. He wasn't. And 3 VP. And my bonus. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I had high hopes about halfway through that, but then I got a good kick in, as I deserve. Right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the next round.